One very important part of Django is to keep the models as fat as possible and the view as thin as possible. We don't want logic inside the views, we want to set this inside the models. So we generally want to have as simple views as possible, because it doesn't make sense to put functionality in there. We don't want to have too much going on in here. Functionality that can be reused should be located in the models. So in this part of the series we will add a custom function to one of our models to see how that should look like. So we have this category model here, and then I want to add a counter here so that we know how many tasks that are connected to this model. Then we add a new method here by saying def number of tasks, pass in the self parameter. Now we say return self.tasks.count. And it's important the ordering of everything here. We like to have all of the fields first in a model, then we want the meta class for configuration, then the override of the built-in functionality or functions in this class, and then the custom methods that we add later. So then we now have a new property we can use on this model. So if I find the detail page for a category, next here I can say just test and go back to here and into alerts. Okay, so instead of saying test here, I want to show the count. We could then just say category.number of tasks. Save and refresh, and then I get 4, because there are 4 tasks connected to this category. So that was a very quick part, but at least now you know how to create new functionality for the models. You could do this same thing here if you wanted to, for example, get the full name of a category inside the task model, or if you wanted to, for example, say def short description self return self.description, and then, for example, if you only wanted 10 first characters in here. So there are a lot of different things you can do with this type of functionality. Anyways, in the next part we will start learning more about template filters. See you in the next video.